It would be safe to say that modern society has gained an impression that a garden is a timeless expression of man's relationship with nature. It is not so much a place of solitary retreat anymore, but a work of art through which we can reveal our innermost selves to the outside world. The works of French painter and gardener Claude Monet, 1840 to 1926, have left a lasting impression through their pleasing and emotionally satisfying imagery. Throughout his life, Monet retained his passion for art and gardens. Born near Paris, Claude Monet became the very incarnation of the painting style now known as Impressionism. During his lifetime, the warmth and intensity of Monet's passion opened many doors and windows onto a different world in art. He was capturing and releasing all at once the very essence of beauty and of the sublime. The village that Monet's house is part of is very ancient. It is located at Giverny in Normandy, which is nearby to Paris. He lived there for 43 years, first as a tenant and after 1890 as its owner. Monet's great legacy of works today allow us to feel the heat of a summer day, sense the vibration of light, and experience the wholesome joy of the refreshing country air. Monet was beguiled by the entire experience of Normandy, from its springtime apple blossoms to the early snow, which in his lifetime was very rare. All the colours featured in an Impressionist painter's palette are there. The misty greens of the wheat fields in the mornings, the blush pink and creamy white of apple blossoms in spring, the softly mottled blues, mauves and lavenders echoing the summer sky. Then there is the shimmering golden haze over an orchard at sunset in autumn with its paler, iridescent sky. It is a rich tableau, suffused by subtle nuances of colour supplied by nature. Viewing the landscape as a wonderful painting is a passive experience and a profoundly enriching one. No painting represents or strives to represent the world as it really appears. The viewer is left to plumb the depths of their imagination and experience in order to arrive at an interpretation of the image before them. In 1870, Monet went to London, where he viewed paintings by the 17th century French artist Claude Lorraine, 1600 to 1682. Lorraine had used light and shadow to depict morning, noon and evening. While he was there, Monet also studied the works of the English painter Joseph Mallord William Turner, 1775 to 1851, considered by many to be the first Impressionist or the father of Impressionism. Monet seized upon the delicate, hazy, fleeting, luminous enchantment that Turner managed to capture, the nuance which had been so beautifully rendered by this renowned painter of light. Claude Monet was both a painter and a poet of nature. When he was working in his garden, he would wait patiently for the sun to rise so that every item would be painted in the same light. Then, with quick and lively, proliferating brushstrokes, he would record the light dancing on trembling foliage, the zigzag reflections on still water, and the noonday sun reigning over a sizzling summer. At Giverny, Monet wove all the strands of his creative life together, and they became part of the fabric of his garden. His horticultural wizardry was the main motif of his artistic genius, and his paintings on canvas are inextricably bound to Monet the gardener. In his lifetime, Monet's garden was likened to a tonal poem, as with a lively vitality he dissolved substance and reality in light and colour. "Nature never stops" was one of his favourite sayings, and with the broad strokes of his brush, Claude Monet closed the gap between the dreamer and the dream. Monet admired the bricklayer who, when building a wall, placed a rose in front of him so that he could from time to time inhale its scent as he worked with nature's palette of colours. If you learn Monet's vocabulary of colour, then you can experience winter warmth and summer cool by employing all the arts of deception: colour and distance, strength and saturation, shade and light and texture, tone and tints. And this can be employed just about anywhere in the world today. When he painted his water lilies, he was dubbed a poet of nature. He said words to the effect, "I have again taken up something impossible. Water with grass rippling at the bottom. It's fine to look at, but it's madness to want to paint it." With understated sartorial style, he welcomed guests to his garden. As yet he gained fame, journalists, art critics and dealers all arrived to view how he transferred painterly concerns from the art of painting to the art of gardens. The French coined the phrase "Vive la différence" and made it a hallmark of their houses and gardens. The colours of the landscape and the elusive light of the Normandy countryside helped Claude Monet in his garden at Giverny to maintain a physical presence of la différence. Restored since 1980, the garden today is a wonderful celebration of human achievement and, most importantly, it's a splendid tribute to the man and the artist whose life was so passionately devoted to the cultivation of beauty.